Okay, canopy locked, spoilers in and locked, and here we go for the takeoff. So this one, because the versus the K17, the other glider, we have to raise the tail, huh? It's like a tail dragger.
Yeah, I haven't been in the other one yet.
Okay, so we raise the tail, get the airplane into flying altitude. Wants to fly, and away we go. We hold it behind the tow plane. As the tow plane rises, we rise too. So here we'd be straight ahead, land. As we climb up, we have basically enough altitude to fly now and land on the runway off to our right. As we get a bit higher, we can even do a 180 and land parallel with the hangar. And above 500 feet here, we're basically good for a 360 to the left and a downwind landing. But I would prefer to land into the wind.
Yeah.
More of a crosswind with the hangar.
Rougher than it was this morning.
A little bit, yeah. There's a little bit more lift now. Can you turn the volume up on the radio a bit?
Is that good?
Thanks, that's good, yeah. So basically, when you're on tow like this, you want to determine you want to keep the airplane straight behind the tow plane with more use of rudder and less focus on keeping the airplane coordinated up. Because flying on tow is a balance between the use of the rudder pedals and your ailerons.
So you use the rudder more, but
much more, yeah, much more. Stay on tow.
But you don't use it to be coordinated, you just use it to stay behind the plane?
I just use it to keep the nose pointed at the tow plane in front of us.
Yeah, because he said that this morning too, not to watch the string on the tow, but just use the plane.
Well, I just, see the way I just sort of do it according to feel, Like, if I tried to fly coordinated now, looking at the Austrian, that would fuck me all up.
Yeah.
I have to apply a little bit of rudder this way, have the nose to the outside. I just basically fly keeping the tow plane in sight. So you said you've tried the tow already a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, but it was pretty rough and bouncy.
Okay, well, is your hand on the stick now? Put it on the stick?
Yeah.
You're on the stick, okay. So you're following me through. You see how my corrections are very small on the toe?
Yeah.
Very small, like I hardly move the stick around. A little bit of rudder, a little bit of stick. So what I'll do is, we're kind of stable right now. I'll start to release, and you start to take control, okay? You have control now. You have control.
I have control.
Okay, there you go. You're flying there on top. Very small corrections. If you think minuscule corrections, you'll do quite well. So when it starts to sway like that, use the rudder to point your nose to the tow plane. So instead of using the ailerons to get yourself back, use the rudder. So like right here, you'll use right rudder. There you go. And a little bit of left aileron. Oh, where are we? Okay, sorry, I lost the tow plane. There you go. You have control.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to our release altitude, so have a look out the right side of the airplane quick. No traffic. That's it. When you get to 3,260, you pull the cord.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. To the right. So you go to the right. pull your speed back to around 52. Get the noise in the cockpit down to something audible. There you go. Now we'll just practice some left and rights according to your. Has anybody talked to you about the yaw string?
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody shown you what uncoordinated in the glider is without any use of rudder pedal?
Well, I've ended up that way a few times, but
Yeah.
no one really showed me.
Okay, well, why don't you just as a test here, as a practice, we'll take your feet off the rudder pedals
Yeah.
and start a gentle turn 360 to the right, okay? Just keep that 360 to the right. Now you see, if you just wait here a second, you're in the thermal. You're not using the rudder pedals?
No.
Now see how little rudder it requires to keep it straight? But you'll notice that now increase the bank of the turn. Notice how the wing goes to the outside, the nose goes to the outside, and then it sways back in. Well, if you keep it pronounced like that, look at how you need rudder to slip, right?
Yeah.
Like you're in a slip, right? See how the airplane's slipping in the turn? Yeah, well that's the reason why you need the rudder. So if you understand that, you understand a lot. You have control?
I have control.
Okay. Has anybody showed you a stall yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did them in power too.
Yeah, but did you do a nice gentle stall or did you do a pronounced stall?
It was a gentle one in this.
Okay, and you notice the buffeting of the tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually really fast recovery too.
Yeah, it was just
It
straightforward.
just drops a little and
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we pick a point off in the horizon and we'll just we'll fly to it. How's that? Then maybe we'll try a 360 and roll out on the heading. So you see the barns that are like immediately in front of the nose?
yeah.
Okay, so just get us 100% in line with those barns. Like turn to the right a little bit.
These barns?
No, straight,
Oh, okay.
straight ahead. See those ones right there at the end of the nose? Fly towards that. Pick up a speed of about 55, I guess. It's a nice speed. And then when you're ready, do a 360 to the right and try to roll out on that heading. You think you can do that?
Back out on the same spot, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're ready, a 360 to the right, but roll back out on that spot. That's nice. And I'll give you a little hint when we are approaching that area for you to look out for the barns. Keep your nose down so you maintain your speed, 55. You see the barns?
Those?
No, there, you're about to roll out, so you roll out on that. There you go, that's good. That's alright. Try to find some lift. Let's try to find some lift over the golf course over here. So we'll turn to the left, we'll go over the golf course. Might be able to find some lift. If we can climb back up to 3,500, it'll make your flight worthwhile. There's a bit of a thermal. Do you feel that thermal?
Yeah.
Okay, you feel that? Now turn to the right. Turn to the right. Keep turning to the right. Just circle in that. There you go. This is a nice thermal. Just keep yourself centered in this. Keep going. Keep it tighter. A little bit tighter to the right. That's it. That's it. This is beautiful. Just maintain that attitude and we'll go back up to 3,500. Maybe we can try... you feel like you're in the bubble? You feel that little bump on your butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's good. That's a nice speed, 50. That's nice. You just vary it like that. Perfect. That's the center of the thermal right there. So you want to try to center around this highest part of the lift. It's where the lift is at its most. You gain like 400 feet in a couple of seconds.
get used to flying in circles a lot, eh?
Yeah, well, if you want to stay up, that's what you got to do. Well, that's good. So you see how your attitude, your speed control is all related to the distance between the horizon and the nose of the airplane, huh?
Yeah.
You notice that if you keep that distance pretty much constant, then your airspeed stays constant. Well, that's an important thing to remember. Instead of looking at the airspeed gauge, all you have to do is really look outside at that nose. Did you ever get a chance to do spins when you were in the...
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
It was alright. Well, they did a few.
Myself, I love spinning. One of my preferred maneuvers because there's not too much thinking required and it's real rock and roll.
It was actually hard to get the Cessna to spin.
Yeah, they're a bit of a pig, yeah. Where we released now. It's climbed almost 1,000 feet. The other day I released at 1,500 feet and I climbed to 7,000.
Was that last weekend?
Yeah. It's quite something.
Yeah, it was a good day for the contest.
Yeah. I wasn't part of it, but I did 150K in the K7. It was fun.
Another guy on tow down there.
Yeah, it's good. Keep an eye out for the traffic. Have you done steep turns?
Wolfgang showed me a couple whenever I asked him what the G meter was for.
Okay. Yeah. Try, let's go back to that thermal to the left overhead the golf course. Try practice turns to the left in the thermal. Because you're doing all right to the right. I want to see do the same thing to the left. Notice how we got out of the lift and we already lost 500 feet?
Yeah.
See where your lift is? You see the cloud straight ahead of you at 12 o'clock?
Oh, yeah.
That's the lift right there. That's the thermal you were in. Technically, we could have taken the glider all the way up to the base of the cloud there. We're pretty close to it.
Right now we're in sync before the lift?
Yeah, you basically worked your way into a bit of sync, yeah.
Where's the golf course? Right below us?
Yeah. I'll go just a little bit more forward. We'll start to feel something soon. You sort of have to wait a little bit. You have to wait, you have to count. You have to wait a little bit. Wait till you feel the core of the thermal. And then try to center on it. Just wait a little bit. Starting to burble. There you go. That's the beginning of the thermal. Sway. Try to the left a little bit. Tiny bit to the left. There you go.
Traffic is
Sway a little bit. I'd start circling in this right about now. Start turning to the left. Nice gentle turn. There you go. Keep it going. Keep the turn going. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. About 45 degrees, 30, 45 degrees. It should be good. There you go. Now it's getting the last flights, were the instructors letting you do the landing?
No.
You weren't doing it, huh? Were they
No.
talking you through it at all?
Well, I kind of lined up for the circuit last flight.
Okay.
But he flew it.
Okay. Well, did he talk? Did he talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said to watch like where they usually do the turns, and
Okay.
the decision height or where you enter.
So you did the ground school this winter?
No, I started thinking about this in February and it had already started.
Okay. That's pretty good. Your turns are nice and coordinated.
That was my weak point with power, was my rudder work, but it seems to be kicking in today.
Yeah, that's good. No, you're doing fine.
It's just so alien using your feet to steer, I find, compared to your hands from driving.
That's the only way, though. There's only one way to learn how to fly, and it's gliding. All the other ways is not really learning it. I notice a big difference between glider pilots and power pilots. Big difference. So tow plane's going into land. Has anybody showed you a slip yet?
No.
You mind if I show you a slip?
No, go ahead.
We're in a good position to do it. You see that road just in front of us to the right at around 1 o'clock? See that road?
Yeah.
Well, imagine that road carries on over to Bourget, the town over there, and I'm going to slip along the runway, okay?
Yeah.
In order to slip in any of these airplanes, which you eventually have to learn for your flight test, you have to go into the maneuver very steady and very slowly. So if I'm lined up on the runway now, do you see the road?
Yeah.
And I have a speed of around 50, 55 miles an hour. In order to start the slip, I want to go into it with the aileron and then pronounce the slip with rudder, okay? So I'm going to lower the wing as if I'm going into a left turn a little bit. Then I'm going to add a consecutive amount of rudder. So I want to track straight, but I also want to go down. The rudder is the thing that forces me down. So that's a nice steady slip straight ahead. If I want to pronounce the slip, I can lower the nose, but I have to reduce the aileron until my rudder becomes effective enough to keep the airplane straight. Now I'm slipping without the use of spoilers. If I was to pull the spoilers now, imagine how fast I'm going to go down. I'm going to really go down. If I pull out full spoilers, full slip, I'm going to go down like a rock. Like this. But all the while maintaining my heading, so that's a full slip. Right? So minus the spoilers, do you think you would like to try that, a slip to the left? It's not that hard, but the key, like I said, is to go into the maneuver nice and slow as you can possibly do it. All right? You got it?
Yeah.
So you have control. Try to show me a slip along the same heading.
So a little left aileron and right rudder.
Yeah, and then more right rudder, a lot more right rudder, because now you're starting to turn, right? See how you're turning? There you go. So get us lined up on the road again, or parallel to the road. There you go. So now let's try that one more time. We're nice and steady, so a little bit of left aileron. Now a lot more right rudder, lower the nose a little bit, and just hold it there. Hold it right about there. More right rudder, a little bit more left aileron, more left aileron, more right rudder. There you go. Now you're going to slip. That's a slip. Feel it? Yeah. Sort of hold it there. Alright, so we did one exercise. I'm just trying to think of how many things we can do before I demonstrate a landing. I want to try to make the flight as productive as possible.
Yeah.
Why don't you try a stall yourself? Just a gentle stall.
Okay.
We know there's no traffic below us. We know the tow plane's landed. There's one more glider in the air, but I don't think she's below us, so we're not going to lose that much altitude. So you try a stall. Nice, gentle stall. Roll the nose back. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Keep that stick coming back, all the way back, all the way back. There's the buffet. Let it check forward, check forward. There you go, and you're out of the stall. As soon as the nose comes down, the speed comes up, you're out of the stall. There you go.
Yeah, it smells pretty gentle.
Ah, yeah, it's very gentle, yeah. What else can I show you? Use of spoilers on the approach. Let's say our approach, set us up at an approach speed of 55 miles an hour. Okay? Alright, we're at 55. I want to show you the difference. I'm going to deploy the spoilers myself. I want you to just put your hand on the spoiler, on the left spoiler, and as I deploy it, feel the drag that's increased on the aircraft. Feel how the aircraft slows down and the nose naturally pitches up a little bit. In order to maintain your speed, your attitude, your distance from your nose to the horizon has to be increased, huh?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see that, huh? Okay, well that's what we're going to experience during the landing. I'm going to try to coach you through it. So basically, like any other airplane, during the landing, you want to maintain a constant descent angle, a constant airspeed, right up until the flare. When you get towards the flare, that's when you're going to reduce your airspeed. And the important thing is, if you're too slow and you have the spoilers out and you start reducing the airspeed, you're going to lose all of your energy for the flare. So the main difference between a glider and an airplane is that you don't have the option of regaining that energy. So you have to maintain that energy all the way down to the flare. There's the K-13 in front of us. He's a long ways off. Do you see him? He's just turning away. You gotta look, you see him, the white in the air? White in the air, in the distance here. Look at me just for a second. Over there, straight ahead, 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I
Got it? There's the K-13. So let's do a 360 to the left, and we'll set ourselves up for a long left downwind. Now's a good time for you to have a look at the windsock. Do you see the windsock? Right in the middle of the field?
barely.
Well, anyway, it's sticking out, showing us we got about a 10 to 15 knot headwind landing. So if we assume an airspeed of 60, our speed over the ground is going to be about 45. So we're definitely not going to be too fast. So I would say anywhere between 55 and 60 today would be a nice approach speed.
Yeah, it's odd that you approach at a faster speed than you normally cruise at.
Yeah, well, but you want to go down too, right?
Yeah.
And you want to maintain enough energy to conduct the flare. Because once you start to flare, you have to be low enough to the ground and with enough energy that you're able to round out the glider and touch on the main wheel and not stall it in, right? So this is looking good for circuit planning. We're coming up on about 1,000 feet above the ground. We're to the, you've been briefed what a downwind, what a base, what a final is,
yeah.
You know, all that. So let's just carry 90 degrees, let's just carry parallel to this road for now. Looks beautiful. I'll make it traffic broadcast.